I've been labeled a Tebow hater many times in my time. A label that is tossed around far too much when it comes to the untouchable Teflon Don, in some people's eyes, Tim Tebow. People act like the entire planet wants to see Tim Tebow fail. They act like Tim didn't have the fastest selling rookie jersey of all time. They act like if you criticize Tim, you hate Jesus, God, and everything holy. If you're one of those people, do not watch this video. I'm serious. Click the little red X in the top right of the corner and leave. You're not going to like this video at all. And now that we can continue, the Broncos have decided to keep Kyle Orton as starter for 2011, and Broncos fans are starting to separate themselves from the Tebow fans parading around as Broncos fans. The same Tebow fans that claim that the Broncos have already given the job to Tebow, and it is a foregone conclusion that Kyle Orton will be traded quicker than I can finish this sentence. Here's what we know. Before the Broncos opened camp, they intended on Tim Tebow being the unquestioned number one quarterback. Kyle Orton was on the trade block, but the Broncos were not prepared to just give him away. Remember, Elway, Fox, and Xanders have really no idea if Tebow can even play in this league. We'll get back to that subject later. So the Miami Dolphins gave the Denver Broncos a trade offer, but they lowballed the Broncos, and the Broncos felt that it was worth it to retain Orton and pay him well over $9 million this season. Then training camp broke. The date to pay Orton's roster bonus got closer and closer. Tebow played so underwhelming in camp that reporters started reporting that Brady Quinn was more competition to the starting job than Tim Tebow, and it wasn't even close. John Fox and Brian Xanders must have felt this way as well, because Orton's roster bonus was paid and he was quickly taken off the trade block. Broncos veteran wide receiver Brandon Lloyd then took to the media doing his best impression of Terrell Owens. He claimed he was putting all his energy into getting Tebow ready, and that the Broncos were planning on trading Orton to avoid having to deal with the Tebow thing all season long. Lloyd claimed that he has to train differently because when playing with Tebow, the ball is going to come from all sorts of different angles than when with a traditional passer such as Orton. But let's go to the Tebow thing. What is that? What's the Tebow thing? It's the overblown expectations of a player that was drafted at least 30 picks than he should have went in the NFL draft. Overblown expectations for a player that the Broncos blew 3 draft picks to trade up getting. Overblown expectations of a quarterback that the coach that drafted him only used them in gimmick running packages. Remember, it wasn't until Josh McDaniels was fired that Tim Tebow got to play at quarterback full time. And now John Fox has to inherit these expectations, and this quarterback who simply is proving that he does not have enough to win a starting job right now. That's the fact of the matter. If Tim Tebow was the prospect that Josh McDaniels and Tim Tebow Nation think he is, then Kyle Orton would have taken his talent to South Beach with Reggie Bush and LeBron James. Instead, Orton is back in Denver on a 1-year, $9 million+ deal, and he is the unquestioned starter according to Adam Schefter and several other trusted media outlets. You don't pay $9 million to anyone to sit the bench, not when you can trade him. Brandon Lloyd can work the media all he wants. Everyone at Invesco can wear the number 15 jerseys. It will not matter because Tim Tebow doesn't have the goods. I don't hate Tim Tebow. I've even publicly said he can be a very good player at a different position. It doesn't take away from the fact that there's a mountain of hype and false expectations for this guy. Tim has all August to prove us wrong and win the job, but he is on an uphill battle against Kyle Orton, Brady Quinn, and his mountain of expectation.